Hey y'all, I'm Cody, it's time to catch up. Grab your headphones and fill your cup. Sports and life, I've got stories to share. Sit back, relax like you just don't care.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Catch Up with Cody podcast. I'm your host, as always, Cody. Episode number 11. Really didn't think I'd get this far, but I'm enjoying every single episode I've been making. Content that I've been making on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Hopefully after the 19th, we'll still have TikTok. And any other social media platform you can think of. It's really something that makes me happy to do every week. And I hope you guys are enjoying as well. Make sure to like, view, subscribe, comment, and just keep supporting the podcast. Like I said, I enjoy it and I hope you guys do as well. Today we're going to talk about friendships and relationships. Kind of an important topic to talk about. As I was kind of writing out a little draft here, I really thought to myself, like, how many friends have come and gone in the 27, almost 28 years I've been on this earth. Actually, the 31st is my birthday, so hoping to have a good 28th birthday in a couple days, and we'll enjoy that. But I guess let's first talk about what the definition of friendship is. So friendship is a close and mutual relationship between two or more people based on trust, care, respect, and recent experiences. Again, like I said, I've had a lot of friends throughout the years. Friendship is really important to me. There's family and then there's friendship. I just feel like, there's people you can talk to, like it says in the definition, that you can trust. I mean, there's some of my friends that I've known for now 6 to 7 years. There's stuff that I would tell them and trust them. So I really do appreciate them. I'm going to break it down into 3 different categories. High school friends, about 4 to 5 years ago, so that COVID area, and then the present time, and then talk about each one and, how my relationships with people have grown over the years. So I like to see all my friends succeed. I know when I had a podcast with my old buddy, I wanted to see him succeed. I know he kind of started one on his own. So good for him. Keep up the good work on that one. And then just, the New Year's party, they had their little band. I want to see all them succeed, whether they do this as a full-time thing or just every once in a while get a little concert going for people. But I hope they keep doing that as well. And I just want to see everybody succeed. It's just funny, like as childhood, you kind of talk about like, oh, what the future is going to hold, who's going to be at my wedding, who's going to be here. And, some of those people have, gone through life with me. Unfortunately, most of them have not, which is the sad part is like, you have that core people that are like, hey, when we have my wedding, you're invited, or when you have your wedding, you better invite me and this and that. I still have that group of people now that will be at those events and everything like that, but it's just from those childhood friends that unfortunately aren't going to be there. So let's start with high school. So in high school, there was kind of like 2 categories. There was the people that you talk to just at school. So like, you're really good friends, you trust them and everything. Just you guys don't really hang outside of school, whether it be interest difference or just don't have enough time. But it's those friends that like, honestly, you're with them 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So like, they're pretty much family just in school, within those walls, which again, isn't a bad relationship. I mean, I had plenty of those where, we'd laugh, we'd joke, we've had fun. We'd text every once in a while outside of school, but it just was more of the main in-school friends. Honestly, when I was writing this, it's just looking back at it, I kind of want to know like what they're doing. Like, I never saw them outside of school, so I never knew what it was like to hang out with them outside of school back then. And obviously now I don't keep in contact with them. So it does kind of cross my mind every once in a while. Like, if we did end up hanging out outside of school, or we did talk more outside of school, would we still be friends outside of school now? Or was it just a phase, that, like I said, people go through where it's just their in school friends. A lot of them, unfortunately, from middle school to high school, there was only like 5 or 6 kids that went to the high school I went to, and then the other like 95%, 97% went over to the other high school. So that's where I lost a lot of friends in that aspect. I mean, I still have a lot of them on social media, so I kind of can see how they're, enjoying life, being successful through social media. But I just never really had that connection due to us separating within 2 different high schools, which at the time was really sad. I mean, I had my core group in middle school and unfortunately lost most of them due to the split of high schools. So that was one tough thing for me in high school. Going into that 9th grade center was I didn't have a lot of friends, so I had to, and I wasn't really that social, so I had to make friends, which I did. And over the high school period, like I said, I did make a lot of friends. I wasn't really popular, so it was not like it wasn't like it was easy for me to go into high school and be like, oh, okay, I can make a lot of friends. I was shy, didn't really talk to anybody. So I had to kind of work to open up myself to others to gain, friendships that way. But yeah, I mean, speaking of high school, I mean, it's 2025. We're looking at our 10-year reunion coming up. Time is really flying. I mean, I remember my last day of high school like it was yesterday, and 10 years now with them, talking about it on social media, trying to figure out what we want to do. It's just crazy. I mean, I can't believe 10 years went by in a blink of the eye. So I'm excited for it. I think I will end up going to it only because like I said, I want to see how everybody's doing. Hopefully everybody's succeeding. I know we've lost a lot of people over the years, unfortunately. But it would be nice to see old friends and kind of catch up. And I mean, especially 10 years, that's a lot of catching up to do in a couple hours. But yeah, it'll be fun. I know a lot of people don't like going to their high school reunion, but again, friendship is a big thing to me. And I could even try to rekindle some of these friendships and, some of the people I didn't talk to outside of school, maybe we can exchange numbers and just hopefully build a friendship that way. So that's kind of the high school one. The next time period I kind of want to talk about was, crazy enough, 4 to 5 years ago, which was COVID. Again, felt like just yesterday when the world pretty much stood still. During COVID, it was a tougher time, obviously, to see people and make friends with the isolation, the quarantines, nobody leaving. I mean, I did work during COVID, so I still had the social aspect with people, whether it be customers, coworkers, and stuff like that. So at least in that aspect, I was still able to see people. As far as the friendships and all that stuff, most of it was FaceTiming, calls, texts, all that stuff. Because we couldn't see each other up until they finally lifted everything. But I mean, the only people you really saw was the people in your household, which was fine. I mean, again, I'm a big family guy, so I was always with my mom, my dad, my brothers. I mean, it's just that core group that was in that household during the COVID time. I was in a relationship during COVID, which was hard in the beginning, only because, again, we couldn't really see each other. But it was in a good relationship anyway, so it's water under the bridge at that point. But even relationships during that time, I mean, in general, were tough because of that, the quarantine and everything like that. If one of them got sick, either you decide, hey, I'm going to stay with you so I don't get my family sick, or vice versa. But yeah, relationships and friendships were hard during that time. So, but the one good thing that came out of COVID, obviously everybody was healthy that I know of, family wise. So that's one thing. But another thing as far as friendships is we started to, once everything kind of settled down, and people were allowed to do stuff, we started doing kickball. Me, my cousins, my brothers, a bunch of our friends. I mean, we would get everybody together every week, sometimes twice a week, to play kickball. It was just a way of getting out of the house. It was a way of interacting, seeing people, having fun. And it was kind of like you're not all on top of each other type deal. I mean, you're all spread out through the field. You're really just catching the ball. So there's not a lot of contact within each other. So it was something that we could still be safe during those times, but also have fun. So that definitely helped me mentally during COVID. Because after a while, you're just sitting, and that's how TikTok kind of got big. I did kind of realize that everybody's just scrolling through their phones. Everybody's just sitting, waiting for this thing to pass, which in that time we had no idea when it was going to pass. But yeah, I'm glad kickball happened. We don't do it anymore, unfortunately, just because once everybody went off to college and school and everything, once everything came back together, it just kind of fell apart. But that was one good time during COVID that actually, like I said, helped me mentally and physically, honestly. I mean, go out there for 2 hours, run around, have fun. I won MVP once or twice. I can't remember. Just wanted to throw that in there. But it just made life fun again at that point. I mean, like I said, you can see your friends, you can see family. I mean, at one point we used to have our families watching because they didn't have anything to do either. They were tired of being locked up in the houses due to COVID. So it was just like, it was kind of a way to just say like, you know what, F you COVID, F you lockdown, like we're going to go have fun. So I'm glad that happened. And hopefully we can bring that back. And the last category that I have for friendships is the present time. I got my core group of friends. And honestly, we do a lot together. We watch the football games together. We go out to the bars together. We have house parties together. I mean, that New Year's Eve party was a prime example. I mean, it's just, we've been together for years, and this is, this I think is that core group that will last a lifetime. I know I've said that about a couple other groups, but it's just outside kind of forces and outside things happened. But I think this core group of people that we have now, I can say for sure will be the core group going forward. They'll be at my wedding. They'll be at, my kids' birthdays. They'll be at family functions. Like this is, I can say proudly that this will be that group. I did find this quote, and I really did like it. Friendships may change, but the memories and lessons stay with us forever. Take a moment to appreciate those who've been a part of your journey. And that kind of just wraps up the three different things. I mean, yeah, you might not talk to your high school or childhood friends anymore. You might not talk to the people from 4 or 5 years ago. But just because if it went wrong or, you just lost contact with each other, the memories, regardless, you have those forever. Again, yeah, there could have been bad times. There's obviously good times, but those memories, regardless, you wouldn't have without those people at that time period. So like I said, the high school friends, going to high school football games, doing all this stuff. Yeah, I don't talk to them anymore, but looking back at those were fun. Going to those games every Friday night, even 4 or 5 years ago, hanging out with people, and just the things you did were fun. I mean, so always just remember that. I mean, even looking back at photos, honestly, even looking back at this New Year's party, I wouldn't have those memories without those people. 97% of those people, I don't even know. I don't talk to them, but that core group of people knows them, and those friends know more people, and it works. I mean, some of those people were strangers, but you know what? We both have memories, and they're not part of the core group, but they're part of this group now that moving forward, we can make more memories and just have a good life. I want to go to the relationship part now. Like I said before, love my girlfriend, Jamie. She's done a lot for me. We're going to be going on 3 years now come May. So it's I finally found that one, and I do love her, and I do appreciate her a lot. Again, I'm gonna say it. I know I've said it a lot. Time is flying by. 3 years is nuts. I mean, we've made so many memories. We've had such a great time. We've had our ups and downs, like all relationships will, but in the end, this is like the core group. I said, this is the one. This is the one I want to spend forever with. I love her a lot, and I know she knows that I love her a lot as well. We're trying to find our next house, and then talk about the future and what that is like. But yeah, I mean, she's supported me from beginning to now. I really get hard on myself on some things, like even this podcast, a couple of the views don't hit as high as I was hoping. And she's the first one right there to repost, like, share everything. And when I get down on myself for those views being low, she's like, you know what, just keep going. If it makes you happy, that's what really matters. And I've thought about that too. Like, yes, it's about the views, it's about the shares and stuff like that, but it's also about, what makes me happy. If me talking to a camera for 15 to 20 minutes each podcast makes me happy, and I get her and my family that like it, and that's it, that's fine. I mean, I would rather do something that makes me happy rather than something that doesn't make me happy and get billions of views. Yeah, would it be nice to have all those views, all those likes? Yes. I mean, ultimately my goal is to grow this podcast and continue to grow it. But again, like I said, I mean, I'm also fine with talking to myself into a camera and having one view, even if it's just me. It makes me happy, and it's what I want to continue to do. And again, where I'm at now is already farther than where I thought I was going to be. And that's with the help of you guys. And I do appreciate everybody. I mean, I see the comments, I see the likes, I see the follows, I see who's supporting me. And I put that mentally note that of who's supporting me and everything like that. And again, it's that core group that's supporting me. It's Jamie that's supporting me. It's my family that supports me. The people that matter, and all you guys matter to me that do support me in this podcast. So I do appreciate that. And lastly, just a couple of things I want to throw in here. Like I said in the beginning, my birthday is the 31st. So hoping to get some people together for that and go out and just have fun. I went from 18 to 28, I feel like, in like 5 seconds. Like, I mean, that 10-year period flew. I mean, like I said with my 10-year reunion, it's just like 10 years doesn't seem like that. It doesn't seem like 10 years just flew by. It seems like it was just yesterday. So I'm excited for that. And I also just want to, I want to talk about this stuff happened in California, the fires, the stuff that happened in New Orleans. Just, pray for everybody. I'm hoping these fires end soon. I've been kind of following it and seeing just how bad it actually is. I didn't think it was that bad when it all first came out, but just say a prayer at night and just hopefully everybody continues to be safe in that, and just, everybody just love one another. I mean, we all have one life. So let's just live it to the best we can and, enjoy the company that you have, and just, like I said, just love one another and make life the best that you can make it. So, and lastly, just, I'm thinking about maybe doing some stickers or some t-shirt ideas. If you guys have any ideas or, anything you kind of want to see me put out, put a comment below. I'm more than willing to check it out and keep continuing to grow the podcast. So again, thank you guys for catching up with Cody, and peace out.
Grab your headphones and fill your cup. Sports and life, I've got stories to share. Sit back, relax like you just don't care.